there, students! Today's word of the day is shumi. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Shumi is a noun, and it refers to your hobbies or your interests. It's made up of two kanji. The one on the left can mean something that you have an interest in, and the one on the right means flavor, taste, or quality. My hobbies are gaming, Japanese language, and kibyoshi, which are basically 18th century semi-pornographic comic books. I'm a weird dog. Alright, see you next time. Mata ne! Hey there, students! Today's word of the day is doro. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Doro is a noun that means road or highway. You might see it in longer constructions like doro joukyo, which means road conditions, or in a sentence like doro ga kondeiru, the road is crowded. Sometimes getting directions in Japan can be a little difficult. There's a fairly complex system that includes provinces, cities, towns, neighborhoods. It's occasionally a mess. Just be careful when you travel and don't be afraid to ask for help. See you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students! Today's word of the day is make. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Make is a noun, and it means a defeat or a loss, particularly in something like a game or a match. There's a similar verb form makeru, which means, of course, to lose. My favorite poem of all time is Ame ni mo makezu, which means something like, don't let the rain defeat you. You can see make in the title of the poem as makezu, and that zu is negative, so makezu means don't lose. Alright, well, stay strong and don't let the rain defeat you. See you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students! Today's word of the day is a good one. It's gakko. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Gakko is a noun, and it means school. Like a lot of countries, compulsory education in Japan usually has 3 tiers. Shogakko, elementary school, chugakko, middle school, and koukou, which means high school. Of course, after that is college, which is daigaku, or big school. Alright, study hard everyone. See you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's word of the day is teido. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Teido is a noun or an adverb that means a certain degree or an amount of something. It can be a little tricky to use, but you could use it to describe the level of something, like chu teido, meaning the middle level. It appears in constructions like aru teido, meaning to some extent, or it can come after a number of something to mean about that much, as in ni shukan teido, which means about 2 weeks. Just don't let your head explode after you say 2 weeks. Alright, see you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's word of the day is chousa. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Chousa is a noun or a pseudoverb that means an inspection or an examination. One phrase that I happen to see all the time is chousa chu, which means under investigation or currently being studied. It's important to remember that even though chousa can mean examination, as in carefully examining something, you wouldn't use it for an exam, like the kinds of exams that you might take at school. That's a different word and a different concept in Japanese. Well, that's all from me. See you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's word of the day is shain. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Shain is a noun, and it means employee. I kind of like the way it sounds. Shain. It sounds like shine. And I'm sure that you all shine as employees just as much as you shine as my students. The sha part of shain means company or office, and the in part can mean something like a member of a group. Okay then, my lovely students. See you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's word of the day is zettai. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Zettai is an adverb, and occasionally a noun, and it means absolute. There are some common phrases where most people are going to see zettai. For example, zettai ni katsu, which means I'm definitely going to win. Or zettai ni wasurenai, I absolutely won't forget. But when I hear zettai, the first thing that comes to my mind is zettai ryoiki. It's a bit etchy, but zettai ryoiki means absolute territory. It's the exposed bit of skin between the top of a knee sock and the hem of a short skirt. Until next time, ijime dame zettai. That means absolutely no bullying. See you. Mata ne. Hey there, students. I've got a special word of the day for you today. Tanjobi. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Tanjobi means birthday. And I guess it's a little bit special because, it's my birthday today. In Japanese, when you want to wish someone a happy birthday, you would say, Tanjoubi omedetou gozaimasu. I really like that because if you break it down, it kind of sounds like you're saying congratulations on being born. And that always makes me laugh because I think, thanks, I actually had nothing to do with it. Okay then, well, I'm gonna go celebrate my birthday. See you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's Japanese word of the day with Puppy-sensei is san. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. San means 3 in Japanese, so you'd think that it would just be a very easy word, right? Oh, if only. See, long ago, when Japan began to import a writing system from China, there was already a native spoken Japanese language. Parts of that really never went away. That's why so many kanji have 2 or more readings. One reading is native Japanese, and one reading is imported Chinese. Japanese numbers can be a little complex because their pronunciation tends to change based on whether you're counting something, using an ordinal number, talking about dates or years, and so on. If you want to know more about how to write san, then find the link to the other half of this video in the description. Until then, lead with love. Mata ne! Hi there, students! So today we were talking a little bit about the word for 3 in Japanese, which I told you was san. I also said that san can change its pronunciation depending on how it's being used. When you're talking about the number all by itself, it's san. For example, if you wanted to say 3 plus 3, it's san tas san. If you wanted to say that there are 3 people, then you would say san nin. But the third of the month would be mikka. 3 things would be mitsu no mono. Basically, the Chinese reading will be san, and the native Japanese reading would be mi or mitsu. The point is that san is more complicated than it seems. Writing san, though, very easy. You write san with just 3 strokes appropriately. It'll go 1, 2, 3. See? Super simple. Alright, I better stop talking before I decide to make 3 videos out of this one word. See you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students! Today's Japanese word of the day with Puppy-sensei is tadashi. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Tadashi is an e adjective that means correct, proper, or right. Because it's an e adjective, it's pretty easy to use. To say the answer is right, you would say kotae wa tadashi. To say the right answer, you would say tadashi kotae. You can even massage it into kind of acting as an adverb in sentences like answer correctly, which would be tadashiku kotaeru. If you want to know how to write tadashi and a bit more, please find the link to the other half of this video in the description. Until then, lead with love. Mata ne! Hi there, students! Today we're talking a bit about the word tadashi, which means correct or proper in Japanese. When we're thinking about the kanji used in tadashi, we're only looking at the tada part. That can also be pronounced masa, se, or sho. You can also use this kanji to form the verb tadasu, which means to correct something. There are going to be 5 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Another really cool thing about this kanji is that it's often used to tally things. As you're counting something up, you just add 1 stroke at a time, and then once you hit 5, you can add another one and another one. I personally do that all the time when I'm counting up numbers of things. Alright, see you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students! Today's Japanese word of the day with Puppy-sensei is nikki. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Nikki is a noun or a pseudoverb that means journal or diary. Travel journals are pretty common in Japan, and those are called tabi no nikki. To write a journal, you would use the phrase nikki o kaku, whereas to write in a journal, you would use the phrase nikki ni kaku. If you want to know how to write nikki and a bit more, please find the link to the other half of this video in the description. Until then, lead with love. Mata ne! Hi there, students! Today we're talking a bit about the word nikki, which means journal or diary in Japanese. There are two kanji in nikki. The one on the left means day, and the right one means a record of something. So a journal in Japanese is your daily record. Ni, which is also the ni from Nihon, will be like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? And then the ki part will be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Also, that ki is the same ki from the title of a very cool old book called Nihon Shoki, which translates to something like Chronicles of Japan. Alright, see you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students! Today's Japanese word of the day with Puppy-sensei is katsu. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Katsu is a godan verb that means to win. Katsu will follow different particles depending on how you want to use it. For example, shobu ni katsu is to win a match, while chotto dake de katsu means to win by just a little. Something cool about katsu, the verb katsu, to win, sounds exactly like the Japanese food katsu, which is basically a pork cutlet. A lot of people will eat katsu on exam days so they can win. Katsu is a little bit of a complicated kanji. It will be written like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, see you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's Japanese word of the day with Puppy-sensei is ku. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Ku is a godan verb and it means to eat. You might already know the term taberu, which also means to eat and is significantly more common and even uses the same kanji. But ku is interesting because it's a masculine verb. It tends to be used by men more commonly than it is by women. The kanji used in the word ku is a pretty important one. You use it in compounds like shokudo, cafeteria, shokuryohin, groceries, or kuikomu, to bite into or encroach upon. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, lead with love, everyone. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's Japanese word of the day with Puppy-sensei is shinzo. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Shinzo is a noun meaning heart. You almost definitely know the word kokoro, which also means heart, so what's the difference? To me, shinzo sounds more scientific and clinical than kokoro. The vibe is totally different. Shinzo has two kanji, and the first one is kokoro, and it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second one has 19 strokes, and it will be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, see you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's Japanese word of the day with Puppy-sensei is onna no ko. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Onna no ko is a noun compound that means girl. It's the kanji for woman, onna, and the kanji for child, ko, and they are connected by the particle no. Fun fact, the majority of Japanese female names end in ko. For example, Hanako, Atsuko, or Mamiko. Both these kanji are important to learn because they're not just kanji in and of themselves, but they're also radicals used in other kanji. Onna has 3 strokes. 1, 2, and 3. And then ko also has 3 strokes. 1, 2, and 3. I have something really cool to teach you about the kanji for onna, but I'll do it in a separate video. See you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's Japanese word of the day with Puppy-sensei is nishi. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Nishi is a noun, and it means west. When I think of the cardinal directions in Japanese, the thing that seems to come to my mind first is actually the Chinese cardinal constellation gods. Genbu, the black turtle of the north. Seiryu, the blue dragon of the east. Suzaku, the red phoenix of the south. And my personal favorite, Byakko, the white tiger of the west. Nishi can also be pronounced sai, su, or se. And we'll write it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you have a favorite mythological god or goddess? See you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's Japanese word of the day with Puppy-sensei is neko. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Neko is a noun that means cat. In English, a group of cats is called a clouder. English has counterwords for groups of animals, and when you think about it, that's weird. But actually, Japanese does something similar. Japanese has a ton of counting words for lots of different things. Counting small animals like cats will use the counter word hiki. There is 1 cat would be neko ga ippiki imasu. There are 2 cats would be neko ga 2 hiki imasu. And there are 3 cats would be neko ga 3 biki imasu. You'll write neko like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Alright, see you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's Japanese word of the day with Puppy-sensei is koen. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Koen is a noun that means park. Would it surprise you to hear that I love going to the park? Walkies park! Yay! Koen in Japanese implies a public space. There are some really gorgeous parks in Japan, and most of my favorites are in and around the Kyoto area. To write koen, we'll first write the kanji meaning public or official, and it's only 4 strokes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the right half of koen will be 13 strokes. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Alright, see you next time. Mata ne! Hi there, students. Today's Japanese word of the day with Puppy-sensei is sensei. You should see it above me in hiragana and kanji. Sensei is actually a respectful title in Japanese, and it means doctor or teacher. Sensei actually belongs to a special class of title words in Japanese that have more to do with words like Mr. or Miss than they really do with the word teacher. Technically, you're not supposed to use these titles when you're talking about yourself, but I bent the rules a little bit because I'm just a puppy. You write the sen part of sensei with 6 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you'll write the sei part of sensei with 5 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the way, that part can be pronounced so many different ways. Alright, see you next time. Mata ne!